If you are a woman over 50, we want to talk about your mindset today because your mindset is either fueling your coaching business success or it is silently sabotaging it. So let's talk about the thoughts that are keeping you stuck and how to shift into a version of you who can confidently grow a thriving coaching business. I'm Debbie Shadid. I've helped over 10,000 coaches not only build, but grow profitable, professional, successful coaching businesses. Today, I have with me our mindset coach, Thais Glenn.
Oh, Debbie, I'm so happy to be here again. I just love being a podcast. I am Thais Glenn. I'm the business mindset coach inside of the Business Building Boutique. We really help the clients get this mindset in check and find that path to have a profitable business.
So today I want to dive into how our clients are so well equipped, particularly our clients who are over 50. And then I want to talk about the common mindset struggles and challenges that we see so we can shine a light on that and help some of you that are listening. I also want to encourage you to hit the bell and subscribe because we're talking a lot about strategies for women over 50. Let's dive into how these women are particularly equipped to be able to have a coaching business. Thais, first, I know women over 50, they are really determined. They are committed. They actually bring this whole unique skill set and they have life experience, not only the training, and most of our clients over 50 have actually invested in a lot of training. Wouldn't you say so?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. And it's so much fun to learn, right? They all love to learn, love a new certification, and they already have all this life experience. It makes them so much more prepared, so much more empowered to have the business as soon as they learn the strategy. The mindset is really working towards creating the business and just trying to do something. And they have worked on the mindset quite a bit so that they can move forward and actually create a profitable business.
Interesting that you say they worked on the mindset, Thais, because they have worked on mindset, but not their business mindset.
Great difference. Yes, yeah. Absolutely. Yes. And it is completely different, right? Just right before we start recording, we were talking about this wonderful client that we have inside of the Business Building Boutique. And she has been working on her mindset really, really well. And she has been working on her business. She has paid clients already, right? She's doing all of those things, but she hasn't shifted into the entrepreneurial mindset, right? She doesn't have the business mindset yet. She's just now noticing that she needs to develop that side too. And you can tell the story here where she was asking you some questions and then you're like, wait a minute, where's the money here? How are you going to make money with this idea? The idea is phenomenal. And we see that so many times with coaches, that they have this beautiful idea. They know how to create this wonderful business. And then we ask the questions like, okay, how are you going to make money with this? It's like, oh, I was just helping. I was just serving. Because as coaches, we love that side too. That is the business mindset that we want to talk about.
It's like there's blinders put on that you don't even think about the fact of how am I actually going to monetize this idea? It almost is like, well, of course, I'll get clients, but there's no real plan on how to get clients. And we know for sure, chances are you listening right now, you also were thinking when you became a coach, oh, I'll get clients. And yet you're really not doing anything, either strategy wise or even mindset wise, to get yourself in a place where you're strategically thinking, who do I have to be? How do I have to show up? How am I turning this into a money-making business?
Oh, yeah. I love when you say the money-making business, right? Like having the profitable business. And I'm guilty here. I remember certifying and I was like, okay, where are the clients? Why aren't they coming? Right? Because I truly believed that I would be certified and the clients would come. And it wasn't until I was working with you, right? I hired you as my coach to really understand the shift that we need to make. And it's not just you have a website, now you have a business, right? You have the business when you're able to talk to people and explain what you do really well, and then you can transform that into the money-making business. And that is the business mindset for sure.
Okay, I want to talk about asking for money. As we're talking about having a profitable coaching business, this is one of the main obstacles is people either have in their mind that they're going to charge this huge amount of money. And then when I say, can you really ask for that amount of money? And they say no, it's like somehow have a plan. I'm going to make $5,000, but they don't want to ask for it. In fact, they're not even really comfortable asking for hardly any money. That's such an interesting thing. What is going on there, Thais?
Yeah, it almost feels dirty, right? I think a lot of times, again, it's the mindset that you have received as a little child, how you're growing up with your parents, but also it's society in general, right? We have this idea where women shouldn't be making a lot of money or women should be serving and not charging. So how dare I would charge someone that I can actually help them transform their lives. So it feels this icky, it feels this salesy, and it's hard a lot of times until we shift how we see it, right? That it's actually a blessing for them to be able to pay you, that
Yes.
to feel empowered, right? To help them understand how important it is to invest in themselves. But that is that shift we need to make instead of just trying to find better thinking thoughts, right? It's not just changing your thoughts, but it's truly believing in that identity that you have, that I am a woman who can help you transform your life, and you want to pay me because that helps you feel empowered too. But it is that shift of making you, not making you, but stopping thinking that money is dirty, or stop thinking that you shouldn't charge, right? You should do things for free.
It's also interesting when I think about our clients who have invested in coaching, they're actually more willing to ask for money for their coaching. And then occasionally we come across somebody that we actually might be their very first investment. And maybe they haven't actually hired a life coach themselves or hired somebody other than a business coach, like a personal coach. I find that interesting because those clients typically have like, I'm going to make $10,000, but they have no idea how they're going to ask for it. They haven't actually had any real personal transformation from coaching. And I see a gap there. They have the hardest time in asking for money.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's much easier for you to be a coach when you are coaching yourself or you have received coaching. When you hire a life coach and you have to pay, right, 2,000 or 5,000, whatever it is for that, and then you know how it feels, you know how scary that is, and empowering it is too. When you can feel the transformation in yourself, now you can have more empathy for your potential clients because you know somewhat what they might be feeling too. And that that coach that you paid for, it's not sleazy. It's not someone bad for asking you for money. Now you can see what that relationship would be with your potential clients too.
I want to talk about money in a different way. And I want to talk about expectations, because one of the things that I really appreciate about our clients over 50 is they don't have the same sense like, I have to make the money tomorrow. Some of them are trying to replace corporate incomes, and some of them really do need to make money, but they have a much bigger perspective of like life. And they know businesses are not built in 30 days. They don't actually think that one social media post or a few social media posts are going to be the thing that get them clients. They actually really want to look professional. They want to feel like they're doing it, I'll do air quotes, right. And they're willing to put in the time. I like to think of our coaching as helping women build businesses for a lifetime.
Yes. As you were saying this, it reminded me of one client that we have. And she's like, no, I just really want to create this business for myself. I want to be bigger. I want to grow myself, right? It might be something for you to just, you wanted to grow and you make money in the process. It's a very different energy, especially when you come from a lifetime of experiences, right? Sometimes it's just this idea of, I have served my children, my grandchildren, my whole life. Now it's me time. I want to grow. I want to see what is possible for me. And yes, as business coaches, of course, we want them to make more money, but it's, what do you want? That's the question you always ask them. What do you want to develop yourself? Let's do it. Because growing your business, you bring a lot of limiting beliefs up to the surface, and we can definitely know what it is that you need to work on.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm all about strategy and I'm the type A action taker. And I know, Thais, you hired me because I said I'm the A-line coach, helping you take action all the time. Yeah. And you have to do that. But as many of you already know, I keep saying mindset really is my secret weapon. I do all the actions, but if I wasn't able to coach myself on the results that you get in your business, whether they're positive or not happening as fast as you want, or coach myself around tech or around putting yourself out there. If I wasn't able to do that, I can tell you there's no way I would have the business that I have. And that is something that our clients for sure realize, like, oh, wow, I really didn't understand. That's the business mindset that we were talking about. I did not understand that I also needed to do that, or I would not be consistent in my business.
100%, yes. And I was teaching a class yesterday, and I said something that after came out of my mouth, I was like, wow, we need this everywhere. And it was the idea of, you taught a class before on a strategy for social media. And then I was teaching the mindset that we need to develop so that we could post social media. And I said, if you're only focused on the strategy and you're really getting the step by step by step, it's almost mechanical and robotic, right? You most likely you have a lot of information, but you don't really do anything. And that's why so many coaches know all the steps to build a business, but they don't take the actions. That was me before I hired you. And now what I understand is, but it's not just the mindset of, what am I thinking today? And how should I think differently, right? That's not it. I mean, it's extremely helpful, but it's also the, what do I need to believe about myself so that I can post this selfie online, right? And have this strategy mindset too, to understand of, what do I need to write on this caption? How do I write the caption? And then how do I believe I'm capable of writing a caption? How do I believe I'm aligned with the caption? That's the really getting this strategy and mindset together so that you can actually do the things that you know you, and again, air quote, should be doing to build the business.
Okay, I have to talk about AI. It's hard for me to have a podcast these days or an episode without talking about that, because as you are talking through strategy, I'm thinking about how AI is setting people up with this false sense of security. So Thais, we know this because we'll have a workshop and somebody will be telling us, well, I created 90 days of social media, or people will show up in our world. We will assess their social media and we can tell that it's AI generated. And it's so interesting because it feels like you've been so productive, and it feels like you can now say, I am actually doing all of the things that I was supposed to do, and I'm not getting any results. So it's almost like you can now check off the boxes that I made a freebie, I made a checklist, I told them to give me their email address, I posted the things, I did this, I did that, and it was all AI generated. And there is like the missing piece of connection. So they've set themselves up almost to feel worse about what they've done, because AI could pump out some information for them that they could now use to promote their business.
Well, but just think of the dopamine hit, right? Like one of the things we see all the time is that the perfectionism. So the perfectionism drives you to procrastinate so much. And then all of a sudden you're like, ta-da, I have a robot who can end my procrastination and satisfy my perfection, because everything AI generates for me, it's perfect, right? There's no grammatical error. There's no shame there. There's everything I wanted to say, it's already there, extremely well explained. So it's like, okay, I don't procrastinate and I'm not a perfectionist. What we forget is that those things are not necessarily bad for you. They are helping you understand what is important to you. So speaking really well, your message is extremely important to you. But keep in mind that you are not the one doing that. It's a machine, right? So what would happen if AI disappeared is that most people wouldn't have social media again. It's only dependent on AI. But the most important thing to me is that, especially the women over 50, what happens is that they have these pages and pages of AI, but they don't remember the first thing that they have read, which means it's that memory is already not being used at all. So you don't know your business. AI does. And then you rely on that to create everything for you.
Yeah, Thais, you mentioned yesterday about AI being your business coach. And I was like, what? AI, your business coach? But honestly, I think people think that. They think it's their life coach, their therapist, or whatever. AI is a machine that is generating information. As coaches, we need connection. As women who are building businesses, and again, I have to just keep saying women over 50 because I think there is a different level of desire to talk, to connect, to get personal validation, to do that sort of brainstorming and bounce ideas. That is all stuff that AI cannot do for you. It might feel like you're doing it. And by the way, for those of you listening, how often has AI told you how amazing you are? It feeds your ego.
Yes. And that's it. Like the procrastination ending, the perfectionist, your ego, you feel so smart and loved, but it's all fake. Now, let's just say something here. We love AI.
Yeah, we use it every day.
ChatGPT every single day. I pay for the premium AI. I love it. But I would never use that to build the business for me. It is my assistant, not my business coach. I might bounce a little bit of ideas. I might ask it to fix some of the grammatical errors that I might have written on my post, but it's never the final decision. I need to be the final decision. Debbie, as my business coach, needs to be the last one to say to me, this is really good, it's good to go, or that strategy won't work for you. That's what we need, that connection, that trust. And all of a sudden, you're just trusting AI to do everything for us. It doesn't work.
So interesting. I feel like, Tice, that there's going to be in the very near future some kind of big disconnect, because I think there's going to be a separation of all the coaches that used AI and that are going to give up because they have in their mind it didn't work.
Yes.
When they didn't actually do the work, they're going to quit. They're going to blame it on the market's oversaturated. Like nobody wants to buy my coaching. People don't spend money on coaching. There's going to be a whole list of all the things that are wrong. And in reality, their business did not work because they were building an AI generated business instead of building an authentic, connected, honest business with real integrity, where you use AI to help you, right?
Oh, Debbie, 100%. And that actually empowers me. That thought you just offered empowers me to know that because I'm not so overly reliant on AI, I know that I will have even more clients, even bigger business, because I'm not so reliant on this. And you're right. Like even now, when you look on Instagram, you can see many, many, many feeds where it's just AI generated. And then it doesn't create that connection with the actual person, the coach. And come on, how many times do you need to read that? Believe in yourself, just do it. Those are all AI generated. It doesn't have depth, doesn't have a message there, doesn't have your heart on where you wanted to help the people that you love. And especially women over 50, they want to share their heart, their experience, their difficulties, the challenges they've had in their lives. AI can't really do that for them.
Okay, so I want to pause for a moment and I want to invite you to comment the word workshop, because we host a workshop a couple of times a month. So comment the word workshop. I want to make sure that you guys are able to come to our workshops. They are free. We provide great value. I'm telling you what, I teach things, and like I'm going to teach today some things that I haven't actually taught our clients yet, because it's brand new information that I was just gathering. So today I'm going to be talking about elevating your online business brand. And I'll talk about a lot of the unique strategies and perspectives that we have, where we help women build professional, really beautiful, polished, profitable coaching businesses, their boutique style coaching business. When I was asking AI about the benefits of using AI with your coaching business and the negatives, like the negative impact to your business, I was just curious, doing some research. It said that over 50% of the posts at this very moment of recording this, 50% of the posts that are AI generated now have the least amount of interactions. There's a gap of trust, is what it said. People are not buying into it, and that they can see immediately if it's AI generated content. I was like, oh my gosh, how long have we all been using it? Really just this year. I know it's been around. We used it last year too, but most people are really heavily using it this year. And already the market doesn't trust it. Already the standard regular consumer doesn't even engage with those posts.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe you. Right. And especially our clients, what we see a lot is that They want to really build the authentic business. And that's why we really teach the authentic selling. We really teach the marketing copy that is aligned with your soul, with what you want to create. Now, we use AI to help. I don't think you wanted to have this robotic, absolutely perfect without you. You want you in the business. And that's the most important thing.
So, Tice, we could talk about mindset forever because you and I love that. We don't have forever. We want to make sure that you realize today that number one, I always say what you think about, you bring about. And let's be honest, there are hidden things that you are thinking that you're not even aware of that are hurting your business. There are the little silent thoughts back there running in the background about like, oh, nobody's going to pay me this, or people think I'm not good enough, that whole imposter syndrome. Those things are killing people's businesses. And without having somebody who is calling you out on that, you'll never get your business built. If you've been trying for over a couple of years to build your business, I can guarantee you, yes, strategy is so important. Chances are you're not doing it right, but boy, oh boy, mindset is a missing piece.
Yeah. And not just mindset, but it's the business mindset. It's the identity that we need to create for you to start seeing yourself as the expert, see yourself as an entrepreneur in business with a profitable business. Even before you have money, right? Even before you have clients, how can you see yourself as a business owner of a profitable business? And that is mindset. Where we say that it might be holding you back is when you are just self-coaching all day, all night, right? Watching more and more classes instead of finding this identity and strategy together.
Tice, thank you so much for being here. We're going to be together every single month talking about mindset. So we're just getting started on this. We just wanted to give you a quick overview of how important mindset is. I firmly believe that strategy is really number one, but so close to that is the business mindset part. I want to invite you again, subscribe, hit the bell, be engaged with us, comment the word workshop if you want to attend one of our complimentary workshops where we actually teach some of the things I was talking about today. If you are a woman over 50, if you are willing and ready to dive in and make a big difference, I know you can do it. You are so equipped. This time is meant for you. Build a business that lasts for a lifetime and make the difference that you know you are meant to make. Thank you so much. Do not give up on your dream. You have that vision for your business because it's meant for you. Get committed, take the steps, and be consistent, and you'll get there. Okay, have a beautiful day, guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.